Racket number 2. Nearly 1 in 3 adults get financial support from the bank of mom and dad post-COVID. Adults getting support. Amid widespread job losses and sudden financial turmoil in 2020, many adults found a safety net, their parents. A year and a half later, nearly a third of millennials between the ages of 25 and 40 still receive financial support from their parents, according to a new survey by personal finance site Magnify Money. Okay, so this could be for paying for their cell phone plan. Nicole, does that sound familiar?
It's very familiar.
or covering auto insurance. 55% of parents with adult children say they provide financial support to their kids at least occasionally. Okay, so they're in a jam. Oh, it's okay, honey. You spent all your money on Netflix or
a really expensive car. I feel like people do that. As soon as they get a job, they buy like BMWs.
And
their car payments are like $1,000, and that's all they're making.
You went out to dinner. You went out to dinner at Salt Bay, and the guy, bounced the salt off of his forearm onto your steak, and now you don't have money to pay your cell phone bill. We'll pick it up for you, honey.
Or like, you want to live in New York City? Like, I'll pay for your rent. To be in New York City. Yeah. Last year, 52% of all millennials were living in their parents' home. That doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise you? That does not surprise me at all.
52% last year were living in their parents' home.
Think about the cities, right? Like, give up the rent, come back home. Like, you can work from home, so you don't have to be. Like,
this surpasses the previous high in 1940, when 48% of adults live with their parents.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. We're talking about a very small time in history where we were in a very unique situation. So that does not surprise me.
Well, I'll tell you why it surprises me in just a second. What's interesting about that 1940 data though? We are building homes in the last decade at the same level. You have to go all the way back to the 40s to be building at this level, which, like when we talked about in the last racket, having this lack of inventory, we still need 5 million homes. It's because of the last decade of the lack of building. It's 1940. So like we also don't have the inventory, which is similar to 1940s.
Right.
Obviously, like you said, the pandemic as well. But I'm going to switch over to a Realtor Mag article, Millennials to Keep Housing Strong for Years to Come. Okay, so if 52% of millennials, 1 out of 2 millennials are living at their parents' home, 37% of buyers this year, this is according to Barron's in this Realtor Mag article, were home buyers, or 30% of all home buyers rather, were millennials, okay? Now, if 50% of them are still living at home, this means this market still has a long leg to it.
Long
legs, not like your legs,
not a scarred
have the
leg.
Scars on them, but
not a scarred leg.
Long legs.
Yep.
Because if 1 out of 2 millennials are still living at home, we know a lot of millennials want to buy a house. We saw that over the last couple of years. We've been seeing that even before the pandemic, and they're going to start to buy eventually, especially if 8 million of these jobs get filled up. If millennials want to jump in there and fill some of these jobs up, they may be buying sooner than they think. Okay, so they're using the same number of adults ranging from 26 to 41. Comprise of about 22% of the population, and it's why the housing market has been watching this age segment for so long, because it's a big portion of the population. They are in their buying years. So I don't know. I think this is a good thing for us.
Yeah. They're also saying that the millennials are approaching their peak earning years too. So
they are, and they've been saying that for the last couple of years. So we're like in the midst of that.
There's such a huge spread there. I mean, 25 to 40. There's.
Hey, so
yeah,
maybe they could get down payment from their parents. Maybe that's the next thing they ask for is forget the cell phone bill and the insurance payment. Give me the down payment to my home. Let me get out of the house.
Yeah, they want them out, so they'll give you the down payment. You can get it as low as 5% at this point. Just gift it over. Get the fuck out.
Not knowing that 50% of millennials are still living at home, I would have thought like, are we like going through all the millennials buying houses here in the last couple of years that are like wanting to get out of the apartments? Nope. We got plenty of millennial buyers for years to come. So agents, great news for you. Not a racket at all. It is a racket, the ones that are still living at home between the ages of 26 and 40. Not in every situation. There's some situations where it makes sense.
Maybe they're still in school.
For sure.
Maybe they went back to school.
I take that back. This is the first time I've ever taken anything back on this podcast.
Easy.
And I take that back. But the fact that 1 out of 2 are living at home, okay? 1 out of 2 don't have a special situation, okay?
Maybe not. But again, we are talking about a pandemic here, though. I mean,
Nicole,
and again, yes.
COVID's over. Just go listen to Bill Maher's
it's all over?
show on HBO. It is over. It's ended. Okay, so
Sometimes though, I was on my mom's cell phone bill until I think maybe a year and a half ago. And it's funny though, because she was using it for tax purposes, but I wasn't able to use it. But so there may be some of those things too going on here why parents are paying for some things. I mean, I know some people that are like they still have a mobile card of their parents and they're in their late 40s. So
and their parents forgot about it is what happened.
Well,
it's not called support. That's called getting old and forgetting.
Maybe.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip from the real world, click here for another one.
Or if you like the full episode, click here.